Hi guys, Black is here. I'm gonna show y'all something right quick. People who watch my videos know I don't believe in doing this, but someone left a comment and I want to tell you again. These are Bosch brake pads in the blue box. Try not to get the ones in the white box. These stop better and don't smell as much as the white box. Alright, anyway, these are for my Cadillac DeVille. I haven't put them on because the Cadillac DeVille has a blown head gasket. But I want to show y'all something. I had a person to watch my video to complain about me not putting grease on the back of the pads. You never put grease back here. It served absolutely no purpose in life. You don't put grease here, or on the little slide part, the hardware kit. These, you don't put grease on those. Now, it seems like it's a good idea because your pad slides on these. But what you guys don't realize is, it's not like you ride down the road. They fit like this. Upside down. They fit like this. Well, okay. They fit like this. So a lot of people, it makes sense to a person that don't know any better that you agrees this part because this right here slides back and forth. But it does not slide. It's not like you ride down the road and it slides back and forth. It's not doing that. Scared the hell out of me. Fire truck. Anyway, it does not slide back and forth. It's not like a damn cylinder and it needs to be lubricated. No, it's not like that. And another thing, people who put grease on the shim, you have brake dust that's falling off of your pad. This pad material is falling off. That brake dust gets into that grease and it creates a grind. So if anything, that grease with this and that is going to sit there and create sandpaper because that grease has brake dust in it. So you don't ever put grease on this or on here or on the back of the pads. Now, yes, I know there are a bunch of professional YouTubers all online that put grease on the back of the pads. They tell you to put grease in the little slide part. No, you are supposed to put grease on your slide bolts, but I'm gonna tell you something. If you notice your slide bolts, they have rubber bushings. The rubber bushing keep brake dust from getting into that grease. You don't want brake dust to get into that grease because it creates sandpaper. That's the reason why they have the rubber bushings. Okay, that's also the reason why you don't put grease down in here. You never put anything there. And some people say, well, you have to when you live in the north to keep it from rusting. Again, this is designed not to rust. Yes, it does rust, but it's designed not to rust. And even if it does rust, it's not going to hurt the pad because, again, the pad only moves slightly because it's right up against the rotor. It only moves slightly. So again, it's not like it's sliding back and forth the whole time. If that was the case, it would probably wear out. But it only moves when it's against the rotor. When you let up off the brake, it backs up off the rotor just a little bit. But it doesn't sit here and slide back and forth. It does not do that. Now, people say, those same professional mechanics on YouTube will tell you that you need to put grease back here. It'll stop the noise, the squeal. The squeal, that is the purpose of this shim right here. This shim, you think, okay, this backing plate is metal, this shim is metal. The difference is this shim is slightly softer than the backing plate. It allows the piston to vibrate. That's what a squeal is. I know it's hard to believe, but your piston, when it hitting up against this pad, it vibrates. And when it vibrates, it squeals. That's where the squeal comes from. It doesn't come from here. It doesn't come from here. It comes from the piston vibrating against this. That is the purpose of the shim. It allows the piston to vibrate without making a noise. Now you say, well, Black, how do you know this? Okay, my mom had an 82 Cadillac. I learned this when I was 14 years old. I'm 50 years old. I've known her for a long time, guys. A long time. But anyway, my father used to buy brake pads for my mom's Cadillac. And every time the brake pads would wear out about maybe halfway, the brakes would start squealing. My father's friend told me to go, back then you could go buy this shim. You could buy it at a parts store and put them on. So I went to the parts store. I think the shim was like maybe $2 or $3, something like that. We put the shim on, and I thought the guy was crazy because I just knew the squeal came from the rotor rubbing up against the pad. No, it comes from the piston vibrating off the back of the pad. Well, anyway, we put the shims on there, drove the damn car. The car didn't make a sound. But before then, we would put brake pads on the car. I never paid attention to how far my mom drive, but she would drive for a while and the brakes started squealing. Then my father would take the pads off, take them back to buy some more pads, put them on, and they run quiet for a while, and then they start to squeal. But also, my father's friend told him to stop buying cheap brake pads. Buy good brake pads, they won't squeal. He was right. He was 100% right. But anyway, I just wanted to make a video to tell you, don't put grease. Yeah, and I know a lot of you guys, you see videos by famous YouTubers and they put grease and you want to be like them, so you put grease there. Again, I don't believe in falling on the bandwagon. I believe in understanding why stuff do certain things. And the thing is, very few, and this is the part that tripped me out, very few people would tell you that the squeal comes from the shim. Most people tell you it comes from here. It comes from when you don't turn the rotor, or when you put cheap rotors, or when the rotors overheat, they crystallize and they squeal. Again, it has nothing to do with the rotor. Brake squeal comes from this right here. Now, these same YouTubers and mechanics and techs or whatever would tell you a lie and say that they came from the factory with grease. They did not. My F-150, when I replaced the pads on it, it had 20,000 miles. There was no grease on the slide, on the shim or the hardware kit. There was grease on the slide bolts, but like I said, the grease on the slide bolts, they have rubber bushings to keep the brake dust out. You're not supposed to put grease anywhere else on your caliper or pads. Anybody who say that the factory pads come with grease is lying to me. Is lying to you. And I tell you what, if you don't believe me, go out there and jack up your brand new car. Any of you guys got new cars with less than 5,000 miles? Look at them. You're not going to see any grease or any residue because you're not supposed to put grease there. Even if you live up north, you do not put grease on your hardware kit or the back of your pads. Y'all have a good day. Bye.